Hello and welcome to a new video. As you can see, this time we're not in my garage. I'm on holidays here in beautiful Ireland. I have a second home here, so sometimes I'm here in Ireland as well. We're here on the Lough Corrib, which is the biggest lake in Ireland. You can see the lake in the background. It's a beautiful setting. It's very peaceful and quiet down here at the lake. This is kind of like a little private pier of our little village just up the road here. As you can see, I'm not here with an electric 4CV or whatever, so I'm not finished with the project yet, but I'm here with my Renault Espace, which is a nice travel companion for long distance traveling and for days like today where we could even put up a boat on the roof. Just a great car for long distance traveling. So what's the status with the Renault 4CV? As you could see in the last video, we have disassembled like the whole drive unit from the body, which is a kind of a simple operation on the Renault 4CV. Few cables and pipes, and then the whole body can go up, and the engine with the wheels, the whole rear axle with the gearbox and engine can be taken away. In a second step then, we have disconnected the engine from the gearbox, and as I might have told you before, we want to preserve all the old parts so that we could convert it back at some point to its original state. If we wanted to do that, I think nobody that has ever driven an electric car wants to go back to a petrol engine, but still it will keep a bit of its history and originality. So we stored away the original engine, and in order to bring it to its storage place, we used the old Renault 4. We loaded it into the old Renault 4. As you can see, it just fit in the boot there of the old Renault 4. That was a nice day with the kids. We had a bit of fun. We loaded the engine in there, and I think that was a great way to bring the engine away in style. So the next step will be to, and that will be kind of a difficult step, and I will explain more of that in a later video, as I want to keep the clutch, the flywheel and the gearbox of the original engine. So that creates a bit of a problem on the Renault 4CV, as it is a bit of a special construction in the gearbox and engine. Why is that? I will explain that in a later video, but to make things short, the flywheel and the clutch unit is on the engine side, not on the gearbox side. So other than that, I had to take a few decisions on what technology I want to use with the conversion. For example, one important question was which electric motor I wanted to use in the electric version of the Renault 4CV. Let's say the technical department of our motor vehicle testing system in Switzerland, they told me that I have to stay within a power band of plus minus 10% of the original power of the petrol engine, which would have been 13-14 kilowatt. So my power range of an electric motor would be between, let's say, 12 and 15 kilowatt. I've checked many options. One option would have been to put in the kind of the same motor as the Renault Twizy uses. It's a 13 kilowatt motor from the Slovenian manufacturer Electrica. I tried to test that setup, but I found out that the Renault Twizy has a lower voltage of the system than I want to use, so I had to rule out that motor for the moment. So I found a very nice motor in Italy. It's a motor from Fimea Engineering in Italy. It's a 15 kilowatt motor, that can operate with 96 volts, which is the kind of the target voltage of my new system. So I will be going on to them to see if we can get a deal on that motor that would deploy 15 kilowatt and a nice torque of, I think, about 130 Newton meters, which will be way more than the petrol engine on the Renault 4 CV had as an output until today. So that's on the motor side. As I told you, the system voltage, my target value is about 96 volts. Many conversion on very old cars would be 48 volts, but I just think that in a setting I do long distance traveling, I do mountain passes in Switzerland, I would need a bit more power spread over a wider band, so that would be easier with the 96 volt system, as I don't have to I wouldn't have those high amps on the system if I use a higher voltage. So that's kind of half decided that I will go with 96 volts. And in order to do that, the batteries are the next big thing, I believe. And for the batteries, I have kind of decided to use Tesla batteries for the simple reasons that there is no other battery that has such a high power density as the Tesla batteries would have. So I would use 4 battery packs, let's say 4 battery modules of a Tesla. I haven't decided on the battery management system yet, but with 4 battery modules I will get a system voltage of 96 volts and a total capacity of about 20 kilowatt hours, which I think would be more than enough for a nice range on that very light Renault 4 CV. So that's the point where I'm standing at the moment. I will be checking the system and talk to a few engineers to see if everything works the way I want. And then the next step will be to source those parts that I told you now. One big problem remains. That's the problem between the motor and the gearbox, which is not as simple on this Renault 4 CV as I expected. So stay tuned to see the solution on that. The next update, I'm pretty sure, will be again from my garage, so stay tuned for that as well. Hope you enjoyed the video and have a look around here. It's just beautiful. I'll leave you with that view and talk to you again soon. Bye bye.